At the old Beckley Courthouse this afternoon in Raleigh. Earlier this year, back in early October, I should say, the governor announced state police with ICE had arrested 37 illegal immigrants in just 11 days. Well, today we learned that they made an additional 23 arrests of illegal immigrants, including 18 on Saturday alone, bringing the total to 60 this month. It comes after the state first started to operate through the ICE 287G program. Governor Morrissey says West Virginia is a border state with the amount of fentanyl being pushed here.
People should be able to come to our country lawfully and go through the right channels to do it the right way. I've always been an advocate for that. But if you're breaking in the wrong way, you shouldn't get rewarded.
All right, guys, since we're on this ICE story, the ICE arrests and all of that, we thought we'd bring this local and talk about West Virginia because we've had a couple of incidences that have happened here in West Virginia. You guys, welcome to West Virginia Wire. My name is Regina Connell. If you hear me talking to someone, you'll probably hear them talking back to me. That is my good Lord King husband, Rusty Connell, and he's producing for me today. So the first story that we're jumping into is a local incident that happened in, it's pronounced Hurricane, West Virginia, spelled like hurricane. And it sounds like the ICE agents came in like a hurricane with, yeah. A weather tip. All right, guys, so just to give you a little context around what's going on, we're going to watch a video where our governor, Patrick Morrissey, explains how local law enforcement in West Virginia is coordinating with ICE agents in an effort to get rid of the illegals. So let's jump in with that video first.
Governor Patrick Morrissey has announced more arrests in coordination with the West Virginia State Police and ICE. The governor made the announcement at the old Beckley Courthouse this afternoon in Raleigh. Earlier this year, back in early October, I should say, the governor announced state police with ICE had arrested 37 illegal immigrants in just 11 days. Well, today we learned that they made an additional 23 arrests of illegal immigrants, including 18 on Saturday alone, bringing the total to 60 this month. It comes after the state first started to operate through the ICE 287G program. Governor Morrissey says West Virginia is a border state with the amount of fentanyl being pushed here.
People should be able to come to our country lawfully and go through the right channels to do it the right way. I've always been an advocate for that. But if you're breaking in the wrong way, you shouldn't get rewarded.
Officials at the press conference say keeping West Virginians safe is their utmost priority. Governor Patrick Morrissey.
Okay, so you guys heard that. It's been a coordinated effort. There were 60 arrests as of that video was from 2 months ago. So let's jump into the recent event. So we're going to go to an article where in Hurricane, West Virginia, there was an actual rooftop ICE raid. So let's get in. West Virginia troopers ICE detain 8 in Hurricane after traffic stop leads them to a home's roof. So that's important to know. It started out as a traffic stop, right?
Or what I heard, an equipment violation, meaning, and if you're in the trade of construction or whatever, that could be too many ladders, could be ladders not properly secured on the vehicle, could be a number of things as to why he put himself in that position to get pulled over anyway. If he hadn't have been doing that, he might not have ever gotten pulled over.
That's interesting to know. All right, guys, let's continue on. Let's read this article and see what it do. So Putnam County, West Virginia State Police and federal immigration officers detained 8 men during a traffic stop and subsequent investigation at a home in Hurricane, according to state police. According to a news release from state police, troopers and ICE officers conducted a traffic stop on a red 2020 Ford F-250 around 12:30 p.m. on Friday near Sleepy Hollow Drive and Oakmont Drive for, just like you said, equipment violations. So I'd say just a quick tip to all of those that are not here legally, don't have your paperwork in order. Maybe make sure you're not violating any equipment standards or anything like that. Maybe have a talk to your boss or something like that. So let's continue on with the story.
Even on your lunch break, which sounds about that was the time for lunch was 12:30
Yeah.
p.m. They were probably running out for lunch and
Mm.
just quickly left, knowing that they would be coming right back or whatever. So
They didn't.
that's my guess. Anyway, I don't know that to be factual. That's just my
I
guess.
think that's a pretty solid assessment. Sounds good to me. Trooper said the driver was identified as Miguel Angel Alvarado Molina, a native of Honduras. Mr. Molina is a native of Honduras and was determined to be unlawfully present in the United States with a final order of removal as a fugitive, Captain L.T. Goldie Jr. said. So I feel like that Mr. Molina probably knew that he wasn't supposed to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. If you got a,
But do you think his employer knew?
he might be like those guys. If he was the driver of the vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
he could have been the guy. Maybe he did work for somebody else, but a lot of those guys, they're on their own. Like
Yeah.
he might have been the boss.
He might have been the boss.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let's keep going. Further investigation led officers to a work site at a home in Hurricane, where 7 people were observed working on the roof of the home, according to state police. So we've got that context down that it started out as a violation. Now, we don't really have any in between context as to what led them to the home, but there is more than one article out there. So let's continue on.
Yeah, so I'd like to know if they followed them back or they came the next day or a couple of days later because they found out that that's where they were.
I think it's the same day.
It could be the same.
I think it's the same day, but let's find out. Let's find out, guys. Let's find out. You guys, fill up the comment section. Go ahead and start getting the conversation started. Let us know how you feel about this, right? Especially West Virginians. All right, so ICE officers made contact with the homeowner who allowed officers to enter the property, Goldie said. Okay, so they had time to get in touch with the homeowners. You know, I mean, if I was the homeowner, I probably would not really like that too much. I'd be like, can't you snag them up somewhere else other than my rooftop? You know,
Let them finish putting my roof on.
let them finish. That might be their bond money.
You are West Virginia. It snows like every other day.
I know, those poor people.
It would have been critical to get that done first.
About it. Photos of the officers using a ladder truck from the Taze Valley Fire Department to reach the men on the roof circulates across social media throughout the weekend. And I will tell you, there's a lot of backlash on that. A lot of people are not happy that they because I don't think it was necessary. I really don't think that that course of action was completely necessary. Later on, we will find out that the reason they say they went up on the roof just to question them. They could have asked them to come down. Now, if they had refused to come down, that might be a different situation, right? But why not wait till the men are on the ground? It's easier to apprehend them that way, less chance of injury on either party. And you know, if something happens to them, they're going to come after us. They're going to sue us. They're going to, and West Virginia's poor. We can't afford that. So anyway, let me just say, so apparently there's a nail gun involved. Yeah. So let's finish reading this article. And did you want to say anything before we get into the rest of it?
I didn't know that you were going to bring up the nail gun.
Of course I am.
That changes.
It does change things.
A lot of things. It's a good thing that
Yeah.
snatch and grab ended without any injuries or whatever for either side because of, I mean, a nail gun, somebody points a nail gun at me, they're going down. If I've got something that I can take them down with, they're going down.
Yeah.
I'm not letting somebody shoot me in the face with a.
No, I agree with you.
No.
Okay, so let's read Pig of St. Albans tweeted, update, alleged homeowner says it was immigration related and claims that law enforcement arrested 8 people. They say their roof was left incomplete following the arrest. Of course they were. Yesterday in Taze Valley, West Virginia, law enforcement with assistance of the fire department reportedly surrounded and confronted working roofers in Taze Valley, West Virginia. This does not make us look very good. I do not think that this makes us look very good. So we're going to view the pictures, but here's some pics from the scene. We don't have confirmation of the reason law enforcement are there, whether it's an immigration issue, someone reporting criminal activity. So we found out that it was due to a traffic stop and a violation of equipment with that associated with that vehicle somehow. And there are different articles, as we're going to find out. I believe they were detained and questioned and led to the residence, which I feel bad for them. So there's the ICE agents on the ladder, if you guys can see that. I mean, I just really want to know why they really felt like they had to get up there. And we know how the West Virginia State Police, I mean, has there been witness accounts that a nail gun was actually pulled on the guy?
No.
No.
And I agree with you that I don't think that's the wisest way to do. Like, I'm not against what they're doing. I'm just against maybe how they went about doing it. So
Right.
I agree with you on that.
And you know, those people that have paid for this roof, you know, should they have known, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what kind of, I mean, it's hard to get any kind of construction, anything that's legit here in West Virginia. I think anywhere really. So let's go back to the article. So this is, wow, I'm just
Can be a whole lot of
into,
people to blame on that one. And
yeah.
as I'm in the kind of the construction trade, I'm very aware. I have worked for a contractor before that did insurance work. Sometimes you get a job through the insurance, not necessarily through the homeowner. Maybe the homeowner had no idea who they were, or whatever.
They had a contract with the
That was
insurance
sold through
company. Yep.
through the insurance company. So there's a whole lot of wrongs. You know, you got insurance companies out there that are
Even if it
you
was,
know,
it might not have been an insurance company thing. They may have just saved their money to
there
put
was
a new
a
roof.
lot months ago. There was some severe hailstorms in
Oh,
the area.
yeah.
Uh,
So an
it,
ICE officer climbed a ladder to speak to the individuals on the roof. One of the individuals grabbed a nail gun, so the ICE officer descended the ladder, Goldie said. Where is the part where they instructed them to come down off of the roof?
that may not be all in there. I'm sure there was instructions on their bullhorns.
Well, we don't know that. I didn't see a bullhorn. I didn't see.
Amigos, come down. Amigos,
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 amigos.
come down.
Andre. I don't see a bullhorn anywhere. I really don't. Anyway, so let's continue on, guys. Let's finish this article because there's more information too. So on Friday, January 9, 2026, at 1:42 p.m., Tays Valley Fire was dispatched to assist state law enforcement working within its service district for safety purposes. Tays Valley Fire Chief Cody Smoot said in a statement on Sunday, after additional units of arrived, Goldie said the individuals climbed down from the roof and were taken into custody without incident. Well, thank goodness. All 8 individuals were taken into custody by ICE for alleged unlawful presence in the United States, according to the release. On Wednesday, Delegate Kathy Hess Kraus, I guess that's Representative Putnam, posted one of the photos from the incident to Facebook in defense of the fire department, its members, and their families after she said they were receiving death threats due to their involvement. What? Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Now, while we don't truly agree with the way they handled the situation, I think it could have been handled much better way. They're very fortunate that there was no injury, loss of life, any of that.
But I'll stand by what I said. Other than that, I'm
Good
totally
job.
okay with
Yeah,
what they did. They just did their job, just
they
like
did their job.
anybody else that has a job to do does their job. Their job is to go get people who are illegally here in this country. That's exactly what they did.
So the rest of it reads, I want to publicly and unequivocally stand with the Tays Valley Fire Department and their families. These brave men and women were called in by the West Virginia State Police to assist in getting people safely off a roof, and they did their job. So congratulations. They were not told this was connected to an ICE operation, and it doesn't matter if they were told or not. They did their duty. They showed up for one reason only, to do their jobs and keep people safe. And we thank you for your service, Tays Valley Fire Department. Now, unbelievably, I don't think we're going to read this whole thing, but we'll. Okay, so now unbelievably, wow, this is crazy. Now, unbelievably, they and their families are receiving death threats and other acts of intimidation. On top of that, some are even calling for the department to be defunded. Are you kidding me right now? You people, how stupid is that? That's just dumb. That's dumb. Stop this madness. Can you believe that?
What?
That's lunacy.
Stop
Let's keep
this
going, guys. The lunacy
madness.
continues on and on and on and on and on, and I don't think it's ever going to end. Okay, let's keep going. I just lost my mic. All right, sorry about that. This is absolutely unacceptable. Agreed. Let me be absolutely clear and leave no room for doubt. That will not happen. I will not allow funding to be pulled from the Tays Valley Fire Department. And if you aren't even living in Tays Valley, keep your trap shut, man.
Shut the
Our firefighters are not politicians. They are not law enforcement. They are public servants who respond when called in emergencies without hesitation and without all the details. Good for you, and thank you for your service. They save lives.
So what
They
I
protect
believe
our
you were trying to
communities.
say
They run toward
thank
danger
you.
when
Thank
the rest
you.
of
You're
us
welcome.
run away from it. Amen to that. Threatening them or their families is cowardly. Let me repeat that. Cowardly. We should say it thrice. You want to say it with me? Cowardly, wrong, and criminal. And anyone doing so should be fully investigated and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I couldn't agree more. We thank you. I added that in there. Tays Valley Fire Department has the full support and gratitude of our community and your neighboring county over here in Boone County. We support you as well. We will not allow mob intimidation or misinformation to target the very people who risk their lives for us every day. Thank you to our firefighters for your service, your professionalism, and your courage. We stand with you. So I think that's a good note to end this one. You know, the comments, we don't stand with this shit. Well, it sounds like you don't stand for anything, Abby Judy. Patrick Solari says, glad ICE is doing their job. I don't want my tax money paying for illegal and unconstitutional actions. Whatever happened to due process? They're not citizens. They're not citizens. They're not entitled to it. Thank you for this information. I support Tays Valley Fire Department and law enforcement. Thank you. Agree 100%. You know, we're with you. We're with you, Tays Valley. So thank you once again for your brave service.
Process
Yeah.
that is owed to somebody, or they're upset about the whole thing. It's not a political thing. It doesn't matter. There are other presidents, administrations, Democrat and Republican, all done way more deportations than this administration has. Maybe not by the end, but so like in their terms, they
Yeah.
have done probably 5 to 10 times more deportations. It's not a political thing. It's the laws. Like, we didn't make the laws. Neither did the ICE people didn't make the laws.
What happens if we have anarchy everywhere? So let's cut this. We're going to go to the next story. The Mexican restaurant, another West Virginia event. And I haven't been reporting on as much West Virginia activity simply because it doesn't seem like anyone's really truly interested. And like I said, we do want to get a chance to know our local neighbors before we start plastering them all over social media. But I will say, with that said, there's a whole media team behind the governor's office, so we intend to get to know you. All right,